Hi, Mike here with another one of my orienteering videos. This time it is day 2 of the Florida Trifecta Orienteering event in January 2024. The race today is at Tucker Hill in the Withlacoochee State Forest. Hope I pronounced that correctly. Just north of Tampa. Today's race will have a large contingent from various elements of the Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps. They're having a competition here over today and tomorrow's race. So let's get going. Hi, Saturday morning, and after another overnight in a Cracker Barrel restaurant parking lot, it's time to go off to the race. My knee is still a little bit sore, and I'm doing a longer run today than yesterday. I say run, jog and walk. So I'm a little bit nervous about how it's going to hold out, but we'll give it a go, see what happens. Off we go. Made it to the event. A lot of people here. Competitors would be local Florida orienteers, a few outliers like myself, 75 Scandinavian orienteers who are on a Caribbean cruise, and the JROTC members. There's the start area. I better go and clear and check. Here's the map with my green course on it. One thing you'll maybe notice is the contour interval is only 2 meters, and the contours were fairly shallow, which caused a few challenges in navigating. What we'll do is show each leg, give you a chance to figure out what route you might take. I'll go through some of the route choices that I thought of and what I did. Then we'll look at a video of the leg, and after all of that we'll have some post-race thoughts. So from the start to the first control, it seemed like the way to go was to take the trail to the right, maybe cut the corners in the white runnable wood if it was runnable. I didn't know because I haven't been in the woods yet. And then when you get to the trail junction at point A, turn right, go past the green, and then go into the control. However, at the start, everybody was going down the trail to the left, down the route B. And there were a few people milling around the start area between the start triangle and the trail to the right, so I kind of chickened out and went down the trail B. Was going to be my plan then cut across the trail on the original route. It was a bit unlike me to sort of chicken out of this. Usually I'm a very good first leg relay runner and I could ignore everybody around me, but I kind of went with the flow. I went with the same direction everybody else was going out of the start control. Then from 1 to 2, the idea was just to go straight up to the track around the green and then straight into the control, and hoping that I can navigate my way into it. So let's look at some of the video and the route tracked on LiveLox and see what actually happened. So this is nice. The white map area looks quite runnable. So I'm just sort of trying to figure out where to cut across to the next trail. Okay, I've slowed down here because the camera that I was carrying in my waistband, the waistband was too loose, and you can even see in the shadow a little bit I'm having to tighten up the waistband. So that's a bit annoying. I should have checked that before I went from the start. So once I get my waistband in place and get back on and look to see where I'm going to cut off this trail. Should be pretty soon because you can see from the tracking that I'm in the white area and the woods look very runnable to the right. So come on Mike, cut across, cut across. There we go. Now the next question is whether I'll be able to spot the trail that's coming up. Sometimes trails can be difficult to find, and I didn't have much experience or any experience of running in these woods in Florida, so I didn't know how easy it was going to be to find the trail. Sometimes if you can't see the trail so easily, you can see a trail marking on a tree. So I'm just checking to make sure I haven't gone past the trail. And there it is. There we are on it. What we're going to do is
to get my belt fixed with the weight of the camera was way too loose.
There you go.
Okay.
I was right in my review comments. So now we're just going to cut the video to the trail junction because all we're doing now is following this trail. Alright, here we are. Go around to the right. And checking the green area.
Here's the next trail.
On the left, just went past that other trail.
Green patch.
So I should be cutting in after this green patch. Or actually after the next green patch. Got to figure out where to cut across. Looks like this other competitor does as well.
Green patch. And down.
Alright, I found I'm just going around this green here and then I'm going to cut into the woods. And the control should be somewhere straight in front of me.
There it is. 31.
Nicely visible, always good to get the first control out of the way. Let's see if I just go straight on. Yep, I knew what I was doing. Around the edge of the green to the trail. My plan was to go left around the green, but looks pretty runnable straight ahead. So we're going to do this. And there is going to be a significant mistake coming up ahead.
This wasn't supposed to be this open. So to be a bit careful.
See, I'm not really sure what's green and what's white on the
There
map
isn't a whole lot to catch me if I miss it.
versus the terrain. A bit hard to judge.
Come on, Mike. This bloody compass to settle.
Oh, blaming my compass? Bad workman blames his tool. Now I'm trying to find a green patch. And this bush here looks like it might be it, but it isn't.
Maybe it's over here.
It's not far off, but now I'm going off to the left because I can't figure
Well,
out.
this seems a bit far left, but I can't see anything else that it could be.
Yes, I know I'm going left, but I still go left. Trying to find a green patch. Starting to get a bit worried by now. It's not here.
And it isn't. I think I've come too far to the left. I wonder if he's found it there.
Sometimes you can use other competitors.
That's too far left.
It's
That
convinced,
didn't look like a thicket from far away.
convinced I'd gone too far left, and
Number 3 is going to be a challenge.
I realised that I couldn't spot the thicket from far off. Didn't look like a thicket. But there it is. I suppose there's a slightly denser clump of trees there. So I finally make it into the control.
Easy to get lost.
I'm getting a bit worried about the next like 2 to 3 because that's a long one. Okay, so the challenge with 2 to 3 to me seemed to be there's no obvious attack position around the control. It seems to me like you need to go in somehow from this path, green patch, and navigate your way in very carefully from there. So given that you want to end up at that point, one of the choices you could make is sort of route A and go around to the trail until you get there. Another one is go sort of much straighter on route B, where you will find these earth banks on the top of a gentle hill on this big track, and I figured I could easily figure out where I was on the track by those earth banks and that very gentle hilltop, so I decided to go on route B, then cut across to the trail with the green patch and then just navigate carefully into the third control. It actually went pretty well, except I couldn't really see the earth banks on the big track. But when I say went pretty well, it went pretty well to the end, and I went too far left again. 3 to 4, I think pretty much the only way was to go was straight and be careful with the navigation.
Now, risky straight. Why not? Contours are very shallow.
Clearly I'm going straight and actually doing a pretty good job of it, as you'll see.
I think that must be if that's the shallow re-entry, there should be a depression somewhere, but I'm not going to check into that. I'm going about halfway to the trail.
Yep, judging the distance quite well, as well as the direction. Going slightly left, but that's not too bad. I should be able to catch up with the direction when I reach that road with the earth banks on the shallow hilltop.
So I just realised that the big straight trail goes over the very gentle hilltop, has some embankments, so that should be doable to find that. Right, here's the trail. Route 4 is going to be a tricky one. Straight. Try and navigate with the contours a bit and the vegetation features. Well, that's obviously the road ahead.
Okay, so I'm expecting to find these sort of embankments to figure out exactly where I am on the road, but that doesn't go according to plan, so let's see what happens. So according to the map and the trail tracking, I've gone right over the embankment, but I couldn't see it then, and I still can't see it now.
That's the hill, where's the bank?
going to speed up this next section. As you can see, I'm searching along the trail to figure out where this bank is so I can figure out exactly where I am. But eventually, as you'll see, I just give up, assume I am where I thought I was going to be, and I'll go off into the woods and go looking for this next trail.
Okay, here's the trail. What's it doing? I'm gonna go find a thicket. Okay, that's going to be that thicket. Oh, come on, Mike. That means... yeah, we're in here. Crossing some vegetation bed.
Okay, I think I can finally see why I ended up left of the control 3, because I saw a thicket but it wasn't the actual green mark on the map, so I was further left than I thought I was going to be, and you can see I'm going off in the slightly wrong angle to get to the control, and then I have a lot of trouble trying to sort out the vegetation boundaries, and I end up way left of control 3, as you'll see. So we're going to speed up this next bit. So what I'm trying to do here is map the vegetation boundaries to where I am, but I'm a little bit further left than I thought I was. I had a lot of trouble doing the mapping. Didn't really work out well. I got fairly near the control, as you can see now, but I didn't think it was off to the right. I thought it was more or less straight ahead of where I was. And then you'll see that I started to go off to the left, and the left, and the left, and I was wandering off a couple hundred meters away, going off the edge of the map snippet here. So I will pick up the recording again from when I get back into the map. Here we are on the way back.
Oh, darn it, that was a nice thicket.
Thought I was at the thicket where the control was, but I wasn't.
It could still be too far.
Yep, still think I'm too far to the left, which I am, as you can see from the recording. Still really not sure where it is though, and hoping I can find it. Not a lot of technical skill going on here. Mostly just wandering around, thinking that I am in the right general area.
There it is.
Yep, eventually I spot it. Extremely relief, but knowing...
dangers of going straight when you didn't know exactly where you were.
Knowing I lost a lot of time.
And there aren't many features around.
And recognizing that I was never quite sure where I was as I was coming off the trail about a couple hundred meters before the third control.
Here's another one. Try and be more careful this time. Vegetation boundary in about 50 paces.
So this one actually works out quite well, more or less goes according to plan.
46, 47, 48, 49, 50, further next disconnected.
Well, I guess I was maybe a bit lucky that it was easier to spot the control in the end, although I was pretty much going in the right direction all the time.
Could that be it? 94. It is a lone tree.
Wasn't quite sure that the vegetation boundaries, the green areas, were easy to navigate by, but at least the control was pretty easy to see. So the plan was to go pretty much straight and try and just identify this small valley along the red line, to get to the trail where the green is, and then I should be able to figure my way into the control. Went pretty much according to plan, although finding the actual control turned out to be more trouble than I thought, as you will see. Alright, so I'm going off in the compass direction, pretty much a straight line, trying to figure out if I can see this valley. You can see the contours are really shallow here, but watch.
There's that valley.
Yeah, I spotted the valley. Now we're just crossing the trail. And I'm starting to look to the right to see the green area, to see where I am when I cross the next trail. I'm going to speed things up a bit to get to the more interesting point nearer the control. Over the trail. I'm expecting the control to be just to the left of this green area. So I'm thinking it should be around about here. But it isn't. There's the, you just saw to the right, the sort of semi-open area.
It's either there or there.
I'm starting to get a bit confused because it ought to be about here. But you can see I'm a bit off to the right.
Where's that point?
So I decide to go over to the semi-open area and try and come back in from there.
I messed that up. What's that? It's got to just be here.
See, I'm a bit confused. It's got to be over there. And I see these people wandering around here, and I know they're looking for it. But they're looking in where I think it should be. So I'm still confused. Still wandering around, wondering where the heck is this control.
Not be there.
And that guy you see just there, the young man in orange, I'll be crisscrossing him a few times from here to the end of the
What's it doing there?
course. Yeah, what's it doing there? It's way off from where I thought it was. Anyway, that's how it went. Not so good. So go in a straight direction where the arrow is to the trail, and then just follow it up to the trail junction, cross that, and head in a compass bearing from the corner. And I'm hoping to use the sort of contours, shallow contours and features around the control to guide me in if I don't hit it spot on. All right, coming out of 5. I've already got the directions set, I know where I'm going, so straight off. Through the woods, aiming for that trail, and here we are.
There's the trail.
Yep, there's the trail. Cutting out some of the video because this is pretty straightforward stuff. We just go bombing on down this trail until there comes the trail crossing straight over that. You can see where the trail corner is because there's somebody standing there wondering where to go. Maybe they're trying to figure out take a bearing or get the right direction, but I've already got all that set. Had plenty of time while I was going on the trail to set my compass, so off we go. Like reasonable speed through this, given that I was starting to get tired. And the control itself is a small depression, and there it is. It was actually visible from a reasonable way off, so I didn't really have any trouble on this leg at all, which was good. So a fairly safe route would be going out to the trail, following that and then going in from the corner. Another route would be to go straight, which is what I decided to do because there's a pretty good contour feature of the hillside there, and in particular there's a bit of a spur there that you might be able to spot. So I did decide that the straight route would be both easy to navigate and fairly quick to run, given the woods were quite runnable, so I was pretty sure it was going to be faster than the longer trail route. Alright, so off we go from 6 to 7, just getting the direction right. And it's pretty straightforward running terrain here. Looking out as I'm coming up to the second control that I've been to.
That must be my number 2.
Yes, that was my number 2, just went past that. And now I'm checking out the green area on the left that I can see ahead of me. I'll show you where that is on the map. Now I'm doing something you should never end up doing in a race, which is retying a shoelace. That was really frustrating. I should have done a better job in the beginning.
Should reach the trail soon. Maybe they're on it.
Yep, they were on it, and that was the trail, and here we are crossing the trail. When you cross a trail, you can kind of check the angle that you hit the trail at to help make sure you're going in the right direction. Actually, I spotted a control to the right.
Feature that's on. Looks like it's an all.
Yep, I can see exactly where I was there. Now we're crossing the next trail. Trying to use the shallow hill that I'm on, that the trail is on, to figure out the fine details. And now we're looking for a lone tree, so we're going to speed it up a little bit. I know I'm going in roughly the right direction, I want to be able to see it, but it is pretty hard to spot what the tree is and where it is. But you'll see it coming up in a moment. And you can see the control there. So you can see the control from actually quite a ways off. Made it fairly straightforward in the end. Alright, come out of 7, just head towards the trail, then go along the trail to the sort of vegetation boundary. Hope I can see that, and cut into the control. 8 to 9, just follow the trails and then cut in from the rough open area. 9 to 10, just head straight out to the trail. Into 10, and then follow the streamers to the finish. And that was it. Right, so coming out of 7, there's the JROTC runner that I get ahead of now because he's trying to figure out where to go, and I've already known what I'm going to do as I leave the control. Just heading towards the trail. There it is. Well, there he is ahead of me now, and one because he can run faster than me. So just go down the trail for a while.
Miss Kelly, the trail is good now.
Yes, the trail is good to run on. So I'm looking to see where to exit, and actually that vegetation boundary in the distance is very clear, and the corner of it is where the control is, so this is a nice easy way to exit the trail, cut across to it. And do I get there ahead of the JROTC runner? Now there he is coming in on the right. He will get to the control first. But as you will see, I will leave it first. He has to figure out where he's going next. This is only his second event. I found out later on, as you'll see in the interview, or as we chat about it. So off I go to the next control while he's figuring out how to get to it. So I'm ahead of him at the moment. So we just head straight out to the trail, across the trail, down the next one here. Oh, there he goes. Speedy going past me again. Just a straight trail run from here on, pretty much mostly to the end. Oh, there he is. Either he had a control there, or he took a wrong direction. Am I going to catch him? Does it take a right turn here? No, he's going to take off. Spit up to the next junction. Take a right. I'm sounding a bit tired, which might explain what happens next. Hardly anybody around me, and down I go. Fortunately, it wasn't a bad fall. I was able to get straight back up. Just embarrassed. Didn't think anybody saw me. But that wasn't quite true.
You okay?
Yeah. Oh, did you see me fall? Thanks for checking.
Nice runner there, checking that I'm okay. And just speed it up a little bit as we go to the control. And there it is. And I know what I'm doing coming out of the control, just heading straight up to the next trail. So we're going to speed things up here. Just out onto the trail. Follow the trail to the control, which is a trail junction, so that's going to be easy to spot. Oh, there's a speedy guy coming up past me again. There's the control. And just into the finish now. I'm trying to run as hard as I can. See how fast I'm actually going. My head isn't at an angle, the camera must have got tilted a little bit. There it is, race finished. Very enjoyable. Great thanks to the Flight Orienteers who put on the event. Now I've got to go to the download station and actually I'll have a chat with a JROTC runner. There he is.
Hey, we saw a lot of each other out there.
That was great.
Well done.
Hey, you gotta stay on that.
In the cooler weather, yeah.
Here's Gord Hunter from Suncoast Orienteering, who did much of the organising for the weekend. Great job, Gord, and the whole team.
Thanks, Gord. No, not for me.
No, like the first one I was going for like, I think it was from 2 to 3. And like I looked at the compass route and I ended up running west instead of east.
Oh, that was a long one, right?
Yeah. I was like all the way up here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I messed up getting to it because I thought I was going to come to this hill and see these banks and then I knew where I was. I saw the road obviously, but I never saw the bank, so I never quite knew where I was. And then I actually ended up north of it, and I messed it up.
No, I put the compass on and I read it backwards, and I was like, oh, that's east.
You know
and it was
what?
west. And then
World-class orienteers do that sometimes as well. So you're in good company. How long have you been doing the sport?
it's my second year.
Cool.
It's my second event. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, I started when I was like 13, 14. I used to do cross country at school, and then I found I could beat people who could run faster than me because I knew where I was going. So you get used to it, you pick it up.
Thank you.
Well done. So here are the results. I was quite pleased, even though I made 1 or 2 mistakes. And great thanks to Florida Orienteers for putting this event on. You can see they had 345 starts. A lot of JROTC runners and 75 Scandinavians, and then a few Florida Orienteers, and the rest odds and sods like myself. Thanks for watching.